Shalom, family. Glory be to God. Good morning, Sunday morning. For a whole lot of you, it's a church morning, a religious morning. You know, I heard many people say, "I don't believe in God." I've heard young people say, "I don't believe in God." I can understand why someone young would actually feel that way. I can most definitely understand why a young black man would feel that way. And many of us would clutch clutch our pearls and think there was something wrong with them. Maybe, maybe not. But this disbelief in God, we all receive this um, insult or this statement differently. Some of us see it as a downright Satanistic positions. Others see it as um, they just need guidance and it will come. But rarely do you see it like I see it. For me, it is a starting point. I say good, because there are many gods. Done. The agnostic does not seek to, the agnostic does not seek to prove or to disprove. It's more like just leave us out of it, pretty much. That's the simplistic view of agnosticism. But you, on the other hand, that's not where you are. Even the agnostic has a set of principled beliefs. You have none. You have no beliefs and you have no God. You say so out of your own mouth, and that is a good thing. Sacrifice their life for it. Example, as I was going to work every day to take the same route years ago, 7:03 or 7:07, somewhere between 7:03, 7:05, we would make a left on a certain street. And there was this young man out there this early, shining his rims. This was every time we passed by him. So one day we didn't see him. So we got home and I caught it on the news. Some more young men, so we're going to presume, or rather assume, that you don't. That you're just kind of out there floating around, taking life day by day, thinking that something's gonna get better, or that you yourself is gonna solve a number of upcoming problems in your life. You're not. You're not gonna do any of those things. You're not gonna solve any of the problems that come in your life. There's no such thing. You have options, not solutions. Options, not solution. There, there is a difference between an option and disbelief would make you believer. I mean, the disbelief would say that you actually do believe, but you choose not to believe. That's not where we're at. You actually unbelieve, okay? And that's a better position than disbelief. Disbelief comes with all kinds of connotations. But unbelief, that's just emptiness. That's just void, accessible by whatever got there first. And I'm going to assume that if you're still empty, then we got there first. Because as of now, you're an educated decision in that you had all of the needed information to base your choice or your decision on. See? And that would be fair. That would be fair. Let me just tell you something. Believing in God ain't never easy. In fact, it's the opposite of easy. And you will be tested and you will suffer and you will go through. This refinement includes suffering and you relinquishing your life to him in the midst of all your suffering. It's not easy. It's not easy. Anyway, like I said over and over again, not in this conversation, but others, I'm not your pastor. I'm not your preacher. I'm not your rabbi. I'm not your imam. But, but guess what, bro? Young man and young lady, sometimes logic, you understand what I'm saying. Don't read anything. Stay on the logic. This is a slightly more than a hypothetical. If I made myself, I self-created, which is something that I don't want to laugh. I self-created. Then that means I can pretty much do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it. What you see the capabilities, and there's no real reason for you not to believe in God. By God, I mean the ancient of ancients and the creator of all things, of all other gods. There's no thing living or dead upon this planet that did not come out of his mind, what you would think of as a mind. Nothing. Nothing. And yet you say you don't believe. So that would mean then, I'm just musing here, that would mean that you self-created, or that Adam and Eve has self-created, or are you one of those who believe that it's not gonna be, it's just gonna be the parts. Anyway, that's me taking a jab at the evolutionary ladder, which does exist, but I'm just saying, I'm just taking a jab at it. There's no reason to not believe. To not believe at this point in time is a choice. It's a choice. If you can come up with a reason to not believe, then something against you, something said to hurt you, and it does, but not the suffering, which is a emotional response. The suffering is real, but but your emotional response to the suffering can change. That is the valuable. You could see the suffering and say, "Help me, God," or you could pray, or you can get upset and you can blame God for letting it happen. You're too young for that. That ain't what it is. No, may we look at it as a despair? Despair with a hint of anger, just a hint. It's sort of like the pre-give up stage. Is that where you are now? The pre-give up stage? Because that's the beginning of you giving up and just letting life take you over, rule over you. Let's be hypothetical again. An analogy. Money touches the hands of millions of people. Inside of each of the goddamn other people, for sake of argument, is rot, darkness. Yet they exchange this money through all races, all cultures. If the only time that the cultures actually get along is when they're giving each other money or they taking each other money. I watched them at the store. They smile at each other. Hey, how you doing? But outside of that, no, they take your money willfully. Some of them may have a bottle of Purex back there as a sanitizer, which I would be washing my hands all the time. Goodness gracious. Depending on the person standing in front of me, I know I'm going to wash my hands as soon as this 20 goes into the register and they're not looking. It's straight to the bathroom. Goodness gracious, I damn near smelt the money. But anyway, we all take this money willfully. No gloves, no mask, no worries at all. Don't you see the blur? That's the reality of the situation. It's like being kidnapped from somewhere else, put to sleep, and waking up somewhere else. I mean, in somebody else's hands. That's the reality of it. You had no choice. Maybe if you stop acting like you did at such a young age, you're taking on too much responsibility for yourself. Don't start to making decisions and choices that's going to alter how you think into your 40s. When if I may be frank, if I just may be frank, wasn't even prepared or fucking mature enough to make any decisions. That's the reality. It's why we won't take you seriously. And besides, you have a blank slate. Believing in nothing is a good place to start. It's somewhere to build. It's not anti-God. It's calling others stupid because they are believing God and you haven't got there yet. Do you really think that they just woke up in the morning and started believing in God? No, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen like that. I don't give a damn. A blank slate. We're not offended. We're not insulted either. We see the advantage that we have. We've already written our names on your board, and we can pretty much guarantee that once we've written our names, that no one else wants to place their name anywhere else on that board. It doesn't really matter if you accept the name or not. It's not on you at this point. But what the name does is keep other entities from trying to write their name on the board too. You will believe we can't ever get is belief. I can be the is. So I need neither belief nor faith. See? And what I mean by is that I know who I am. I know how I was created, and I wasn't created upon this planet, and the chosen method of the delivery was through my mother's womb for strategic purposes. Believe me, strategic purposes. This is war. Who's not gonna try to blow up the goddamn supply line? Who's not gonna try to watch and they all old arthritic? I mean, a old arthritic fall, but they have just enough balance to prolong the fall. Or you watch somebody falling on the ice and it takes them 15 seconds to complete the fall, to go from unbalanced to finally hitting the ground, which where the hell is safe at from the beginning. Just bend your knees, defeat the fall, lay down. But instead, they'll struggle, slide back and forth. I mean, far from riding, far from flying. There's a number of different ways you can fall, but no one has ever failed from being on the ground. And that's where this young man is. You just have to get the fuck up, okay? And the way to do this is you put it in God's hands completely and watch what happens. Quit trying to fight shit. I mean, roll with the punches every now and then. Okay? God tends to notice. You have to seriously reach that I don't give a fuck moment in your life. It is in God's hand about here. You got to face the potter's wheel. God doesn't like you. I mean, let me rephrase that. He loves you, but he doesn't like you, at least not in your current state. So, so you will face the potter's wheel. This is where your suffering comes in. The potter's wheel is where the sculptor works. You start out as a block of clay. Sometimes it's white, sometimes it's brown. The really expensive shit is black. It's rare, but I've seen it. It arrives differently than the white clay or the red clay or the brown clay. It's different. Whipped out in a segment of you, and now he takes you over to this wheel, and he slams you there too. He slams you on it, and then start beating on the clay with his fist, and start making all kinds of strange cuts in it with his hands. Then he's dumping water in it. Add a little water here, a little more there, bring it back together. He made it do it again, but at the end of the day, his hands started shaping something. Sometimes it's a pot, sometimes it's an ashtray, sometimes it's a that's church. Okay? That's church. But that's not what I'm saying. God works with you alone. Alone. God is, let's just put it this way. Once he's taken an interest in you, the Bible says that he is a jealous God. I mean, just as it says that he is a loving God, but he is a most terrible God. He, he can be all those things. Anyway, I've been drifting. Have faith. That's where you are now. Develop faith. And you wants to be seen with money and gifts and gold and big houses and shiny cars. He's not like that. And once he has a vested interest in you, which will be shortly, especially in this day and age, because there's so few left. There's so few left. But we're in the red zone. We're in the red zone. This is where the shit happens. This is the red zone. Okay? This is where bodies meet. Helmets clash. He he can never have a failure rate, else he loses believers. See? He doesn't have a failure rate. You have a failure rate. I may have a failure rate because I'm still, man, I've been trying to get rid of what I call the 20% flesh remaining on the inside of me. I don't mind being draped in it. It's the fact that I can feel it from the inside out. That's what bothers me. I can still feel the pull of it. You see what I'm saying? I can still feel things as you would feel them. And I don't want to do that anymore. When you're young. And the wrong place to start is, I don't believe. No, you can start as the agnostic would. I don't believe and I don't disbelieve. And that's just unbelief. That's a damn good starting point. I am source. I am seven. I am one.